Welcome back to NCTV. So yes, I am highly disappointed with these knotless braids that I asked this girl in my town to do. I will not name any names, but yeah, like she could have braided the end some more. Like, look at these. Ooh. Look at my hair. My hair is coming out of the braid. I had just got them done that day. So that tells you why I feel this way. So boom, let's get started. We're about to turn these into butterfly locks. So I'm going to take me a crochet hook, and then you just want to make sure that you fluff the hair before you get started. So you'll see I'm making sure that it's even and just taking my thumb, and I'm starting at the bottom. I'm just running my thumb from the bottom and making my way up to the top. So just make sure that it's nice and fluffy. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the crochet hook, make sure that it's open, and slide it through the base of the braid. When it pops out through the other side, make sure that you clear the little closing part of the hook outside of the braid also. And then you just want to take the hair and slide it onto the hook, just like you see me doing there. And make sure you get all the hair on the hook before you move forward. All right, now make sure that's closed before you try to slide it back through. And boom, the hair has now been pulled through. So I'm going to take one side of the hair like you just seen, and I'm going to slide that through. I'm going to make sure everything is even. Then I'm just going to hold one piece of the faux lock hair and the knotless braid together and take the other piece of the butterfly locks and wrap it tightly around the base of the braid and the other piece of the lock hair. I'm going to do this about 3 times, just want to make sure that it's secure. And I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little under the weather, so excuse my voice, but yeah. So now that I'm wrapping, so I wrapped it around 3 good times, and then I started to move down. And once I moved down, I then grabbed that other piece that I was holding with the knotless braid, and I'm wrapping them both around the knotless braid. So I'm now going to take my thumb, and I'm going to wrap the hair around my thumb so that it's separated from the braid. That way you can make it nice and messy and have that loop in your knotless braid. And don't be afraid to take your other hand and kind of just mess it up. I like mine pretty messy, so you'll see more as we go through the video. Yep, so just be a little loose with it. Every now and then, stick your thumb in there and wrap the hair around the thumb and the braid, and then just keep on putting those loops in it as you make your way down. Let's speed it up. Now, what I'm doing is I'm taking another piece of hair because I started to run out. You're going to put it behind the braid and the lock. And you're just going to do what we did before. Take one piece and wrap it around a good 3 times before you start making your way down. Now, you'll notice that when I kind of get towards the end, I don't really worry about wrapping it around my thumb too much, because you'll basically have to come back up and you're going to be covering up those pieces with the hair, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. But there's no sense in making it all nice and fluffy because nobody's going to see that part. They'll see the part that you're wrapping back up. So I'm going to cut these off because I didn't want to keep going that long, so I made them actually a little bit shorter than the knotless braids, but they're still medium length, like up under my bra strap. So now that that's gone, I'm going to take it, wrap the hair up, and then start wrapping in the opposite direction when I come back up. And this is what I meant by you're just going to cover up what you just did, so now you can start using your thumb to make those butterfly lock loops. Nice and messy, just the way I like it. Cool. So I made it all the way back up to the top. I made sure that I wrapped it nice and tight when I got back to the top. And then we're just gonna repeat the same process. So this time, I realized that I didn't want to have that many in my hair. So I actually slid the crochet between 2 braids. So it actually didn't turn out bad, and you will see that once you pull them all together and the fact that it's in the back, my hair will be covering this up anyway. So the part is a little big, but like I said, I didn't want to have hundreds of these in my hair because this wasn't the initial style and I didn't want it to be too heavy. So now you'll just see me doing the same exact process, wrapping it around about a good 3 times, and then I start the loops and move it on down. So I'll slow it down for you. So boom, made it to the bottom again. I do the same thing, make sure I line it up. And what I'm doing is I pull some pieces from the back just so I can make sure that all of my pieces are even and they're the same length, so that once I get to that spot, that's when I'll know to cut off that extra piece of orange and then start to wrap up and make my way back up to the top. So I'm just gonna slow that down for you. As you can see, I wrap, grab with my thumb and my index, I wrap, grab with my thumb and my index, and I just keep moving up. And basically what I'm doing is I'm keeping it pretty loose when I'm wrapping, except for after the loop. That's when I tighten it up a little bit more, just so that the loop stays in place. So there's that one. Like I said, that part is a little big, but who's gonna see it? So you may have noticed these lashes, but they were too big. So I had to clean them up a little bit. I had to fix those too, y'all. I'm so glad I'm blessed and talented because, ooh, those lashes made me look like I was about to fly away. So I used some oil and I took some out. I didn't mention that all of this is before my vacation. So those braids made me cry, first of all, because I was like, how am I supposed to have a certified city girl vacation with these 10-year-old braids? It wasn't going to work. So yeah, that's why I said I'm going to have to get it done no matter what. Then those lashes made me look like, see, if I was 200 pounds, they would have looked good on me, but they were just too much for my face, so I had to take some out. But anyways, back to the video. So as you can see, I'm on my last one. Thank God. This is 3 days worth of something that I should have never had to do. But I digress. So anyways, yes, back to the sliding it through with the crochet hook, looping the hook, wrapping it around about a good 3 times. Same exact process that I used on the other ones. And every now and then I would crochet through 2 of those braids so that I could loop around 2 braids to make it so that I don't have about 200 in my head. But yeah, same process. So we are almost done, y'all. To recap one more time, that piece is put behind the braid and the lock, wrapped around both pieces about 3 times tightly, and then I start to move down with grabbing the other piece of the lock that we left out. And yes, I found some better shears on day 3. If only I would have had them on day 1, I wouldn't have been cutting for a solid 10 seconds. But we live and we learn. Random. My lights literally just cut off.
Why?
But I'm back, and I don't know what happened, but I'm done. This is the final product of me spending 3 days to wrap all of these braids. And yes, they hurt because they're a little heavy. Still heavy, even though I wrapped up some of them. But yeah, I am happy with the final product. So I plan on wearing it like this, possibly. Cute. Ooh, even one down. Okay, grab some from the back. Oh, that's cute too. I know it. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. Here's me in Vegas with the cute hairstyle. And I thank y'all again so much for your time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.